y'all, welcome back to Adventuring with Amanda. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. In this video, I want to talk about something I've been getting asked a lot lately, and that is how I make money on the road and how I became a writer. So on December 19th, it is my 10-year anniversary of owning my freelance writing business. I did start it in 2013. Seems like forever ago. Time sure does fly. But I've also been getting a lot of really terrible, ignorant comments on my channel about people assuming I'm like a trust fund kid, which I wish I was, because then I wouldn't have to work at all or worry about bills, and I probably wouldn't be in a minivan if I was a trust fund kid. Like, let's just be honest. But people often question how I live this life because I'm 35 years old. You know, I'm not on like a government pension or Social Security or anything like that. So I'm just gonna break it down. So let's get started. Like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm just going to continue on. So I am a writer and a digital creator. I started my business, Dog Mom Days, in 2013, and I started it as a blog. And 2011, 12, and 13 was really the heyday of online blogging, like physically writing on a website. Hi kiddo, and there's Wynston. Wynston is, of course, the inspiration behind Dog Mom Days. But I started my blog, and at the time I was actually working in a remote position from home. So my blog was just a hobby, but I was writing and publishing on it every single day. I had no idea what I was doing. I had zero intention of making money this way, but it's just something that I really enjoyed. So I started my blog and, started like a Twitter and an Instagram and a Facebook. And about 6 months later, I was discovered by Purina on Twitter because Wynston and I used to compete in agility competitions, and they saw Wynston and they were like, oh my gosh, he's so amazing. So they invited us out to the Huntington Beach Purina Incredible Dog Challenge in 2014. So that was a really big deal for us. So Wynston and I went out there, we went to the beach, we watched the competition, we were VIPs with Purina. It was a really cool experience. And so 6 months into my writing and doing social media with Wynston, I realized, hey, maybe this could actually be something. So I joined a community of other pet bloggers because I was writing about pets and being a dog mom. And so I joined this community in the pet industry, and that community really helped me to learn and to grow and to network. I started attending events, and before I knew it, in 2015, I was walking the red carpet in Nashville with Wynston because I was up for a national award in the blogging community and pet industry. So during this time, I'm just doing everything I can because I was having so much fun, and I was teaming up with different brands who were finding me through this pet blogging community. And I really credit them with giving me a jump start because I learned so much and I wanted to grow and I really wanted to pursue this passion. So I'd say by 2016, I was attending like international pet events that were very prestigious, where like 100 people in the entire world were invited and I was invited, and I really took advantage for those fabulous opportunities to network, get to know people, introduce myself to people, and attending things like that, like in New York City, that was all paid for, so it was nothing out of pocket. But there were times that, I really struggled because although I got paid by the brands that I worked with, I still had really good months and really bad months. So at some point I was kind of scraping by. But between 2013 and 2016, that's really when I learned as much as I did, and I finally took off. So by 2018, I was still writing, and at that point I was having companies, pet brands, all sorts of websites reaching out to me to be a writer for them. So that's when I started really making a lot of money from my writing. I even was hired by Petco at one point to write 3 articles, and it was a $6,000 contract. So at that point, I was like, I've made it big. Like, this is great. But it's never been easy because, like I said, like, I could get a contract for $6,000, but then the next month I'd only make like $500 on writing. So it's my entire entrepreneurial career the last 10 years has been so up and down. It's been so up and down. So 2018 was really the peak of my writing career. And at that point, I had been doing it for 5 years, and I was writing for major companies, Petco, Chewy, Purina, you name it, I was writing for them. And I was also, well, I guess that's pretty much what I was doing. I was doing some social media management as well. I was managing social media for other pet brands and companies, so that got me a lot of different exposure. And now, fast forward though to 2023, I knew by the time, you okay, Bubba? I knew by the time we hit 2020 that the industry was changing because I had kept up with everything in the world of the internet and marketing, and I knew that we were getting into video. And I knew eventually I was going to have to make this transition from writing to video. And then 2020 happened. Then 2020 happened and rocked everybody's world, and nothing's been the same ever since. I think everyone can agree with me on that. But by 2020, I was getting a divorce from my alcoholic ex-husband. It was finalized in January, and then my stepdad died in March. And then Wynston got attacked and ripped in half and almost died in April. And during that time, that's when COVID was happening. So I went from being this incredible, having this incredible career in the pet writing industry to being afraid of dogs and traumatized and diagnosed with PTSD because Wynston was attacked by this massive dog that jumped over a wall. And all the while, I was grieving my stepdad's death. So I stopped writing. I couldn't for so many different reasons. And then in 2020, so I bought my van in June of 2020 because I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to live life on the road. Now's the time because my stepdad just died and Winston's life just flashed in front of my eyes. So I took that opportunity to really move forward and change from writing to video. And in December 2020, I made my first van life video, which was a 7-minute unedited tour of my $3,500 minivan that I did a no build conversion on with like $1,000. And that video blew me up on YouTube. And like 2 months later, I had 5,000 subscribers. So my writing career changed from writing to video, and I was able to integrate my love for Wynston with adventure and travel and van life. So now, 3 years later, because gosh, it's now, I guess this month, it's been 3 years since I uploaded my first van life video. I do make money from YouTube. I still make money from my website. I make money from lots of different affiliate programs, including, Amazon affiliate. I make money from Facebook. My Facebook page is 10 years old, so I get money from them for reels and content creation. And I've been working for myself, for the last 10 years. I have had clients over the last 10 years, but now I really focus on the video portion of it and the content, the graphic design, rather than writing. I just picked up writing again. It took me a really long time to kind of get over the trauma of Winston's attack. Penny died this year, and so I'm finally uploading a new blog post that I've been working on. So a majority of my income now comes from digital creation, and I have several different streams of income because of the affiliates that I've built up over the last decade. So I've gotten a lot of questions recently about how to start a writing career, and honestly, I don't really know anymore. I don't really have any good tips or advice because back when I started in 2013, that was the heyday of writing and blogging, and that allowed me to grow into the freelance writer that I became. But now we live in such a digital age of watching and video, and where people have a very, very, very short attention span. Companies aren't hiring freelance writers like they used to. So I still get offers, I still get emails, but I only choose to write for companies and situations that really I'm passionate about and that fit the bill for me. So do I make a ton of money? Absolutely not. But I do make money. I make enough to live on the road, to work on the road, and to pay all of my bills while also putting money away in savings. So it's been a very long journey. There have been so many twists and turns along the way, but that is essentially the last decade of how I've been making money and how I continue to do so. I have had to evolve with the industry, and I think that's true for every single person that works in every single industry that exists, because with technology and changes, we have to evolve with that as well. So I hope that that answered questions that a lot of you have been having, and that's really it. So I hope to continue on, and I will continue to change and evolve as the world does around me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.